Yes.
How you doing? What's your name?
Jan.
Dan, I'm Alex. How you doing?
Good.
Okay, so I noticed you guys had some pop figures over there.
Yep.
Maybe 20 or 30 of them or so. If I was interested in buying all of them, would you be able to do a discount, for me? No? Ollie's. What is up, guys? My name is Alex, Fat Man the Flipper, and I am in none other than Ollie's. Ollie's, for y'all that don't know, is the first place I ever sourced for Amazon FBA. Right when I started Amazon FBA, about this time last year, and I found some good books. And so I'm in the book section right now, just to show y'all. Don't sleep on these books. I hear a lot of people talk a lot of trash about Ollie's, something to do with the receipts and all that stuff. But if you do your research and you know what you're doing, you're gonna be all right for the most part. Just remember, Amazon is a beast, and they change things up whenever they want to change it. So as long as you got your paperwork in order, if you have your reseller license, you have the LLC, you have invoices, you know, there's certain brands, certain categories that you're allowed to sell in, and they can't really tell you much. But at the end of the day, they can, because it's Amazon. Amazon can do whatever they want. So anybody can get suspended or whatever on Amazon. Just make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. So enough of the chit chat. If you can't find money in here, you are not experienced enough. Right? Need a little more experience, because there's a lot of money here. I promise you, ton of money. Amazon is all about money. All these books are a great way to start your Amazon business. So, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna find one for you, and I'm just gonna show you what the possibilities are. All right? So I'll be right back in 3, 2, 1. All right, I promise you, it hasn't been 5 minutes. And this is what I found. So when I first started Amazon, my first trip to Ollie's, right? I went to the books, I went all around the store, I found a bunch of great stuff that sold real quick. Imagine it was Q4 anyway, so things were selling fast. Amazon wasn't tripping, right? And pretty much kicking everybody off, and you know, what do you call it? What's that word, bro? Oh, suspending people, right? So people were getting suspended recently a lot, you know, for everything, getting asked for receipts and all that. And I know Ollie's gives you generic receipts, so they don't really work as far as for you to prove to them that it's not counterfeit or whatever it may be. So either way, I found some books at Ollie's my first time. I was new, I didn't know what I was doing, and I sent them in as new. Luckily for me, they all sold. I made crazy amounts of profit off of all the books I bought, because I bought every single one that was in pristine condition. So I checked the book, and I looked at the corners, and I said, okay, this book doesn't have any marks. It looks brand new. They can't tell me anything. And I said, okay, I can sell this as new, right? I looked inside, all the good stuff. And luckily for me, I never got hit with anything. But check this out. This one right here is a new book. This one also right here. And so is this guy, right? Now, I was thinking I could sell them as a set, right? Like a bundle, like bundle up the 3 books, sell them together. Probably create a listing, go through a bunch of work, but I can probably make a ton of money off of these, because they're $3 a piece. Now this one on new, there's a profit I think of $6 or $7. Don't quote me. I'll screenshot it and I'll put it right here for you. So that's the profit under new. But when you go to used, you actually lose money, or I think you only make like $1 for your $3 investment. But this one right here, there's a listing, the correct listing. It's only a 400 or 500,000 rank. I'll put it right here. And on new, you make some decent money, but you can also sell it as used. You can also sell it as used, and selling it as used, you double your money. So if I were to get this book and buy every single one of them, I could sell it as new, or I can and take the risk and possibly get hit up by Amazon and walk on eggshells and be worried all the time. Or I could just sell it as used and make $3 profit, or whatever the profit is right here. Remind you, these are $3, right? There's the price. By the way, these stickers suck to take off, but yeah, you got a heat gun and all that, and you're real careful, you can take this off. Make $3 off of each book, and I can buy every single book that they have here, and I can make some good money. And these books will sell rather fast on Amazon because there's only one other Prime listing under new. So the only competition I'll have is one other dude, and as long as I don't tank the price, you know what that means, guys? If I don't tank the price, meaning drop the price lower than the other guy, then hopefully he won't see a need to compete, because we'll be sharing the sales. He'll sell some, I'll sell some, we'll all sell out, and we're all happy. But as soon as I start doing a little price war thing, and he drops it a penny and I drop it a penny, and the repricer wants to win the buy box, and everybody's trying to make some money, and in reality what you're doing is helping each other lose money, then nobody really wins. So if there's only one other competitor with a Prime badge and you're sending it in FBA, don't tank the price. Leave the price how it is, make your money, and you're gonna be good. So let's keep looking around Ollie's. Let's see what we got. That was just 5 minutes. It actually took me longer to explain to you what just happened than it did for me to find those books. And I only went through a few books. I'm here in Massachusetts, just checking this place out. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. I had to go do retail arbitrage, man. All right, guys. Now, most of you, if you're new to Amazon FBA, you're gonna be restricted in the toys subcategory, okay? So it's gonna be very hard for you to sell toys, especially during Q4 if you're just getting started. You can get ungated in a lot of things. For example, Legos. You can get ungated in Legos. Legos is a great brand to sell. It's a great product to sell. It's not difficult. It requires money. You need some of this right here, this rubber dub, little money. You need money. You need money to be able to get yourself an LLC so you can work with a distributor. You get the distributor to send you the product. You go through Amazon, you send pictures, you send invoices, all that good stuff. And Amazon chooses from there forward if they're gonna unrestrict you in selling these products. I know somebody, for example, that just got unrestricted in Nerf. If they want to, they can sell all the Nerf they want, and all they had to do was send Amazon a picture. Well, it's not all they have to do. They went through a lot of things, and a lot of it required time and money. Most of us don't have the time or the money to really jump in. A lot of these people will tell you, oh, it's easy, you don't need nothing. And it's true, you could start with nothing. It's gonna take you a lot longer for you to be able to make money. Let me turn the camera around, how about that? It's gonna take you a lot longer for you to be able to scale on Amazon if you're starting with zero. But if you have a little bit of funds, you can work your way up, starting with books, save the money, invest, reinvest. If you're going in with the mentality that you're gonna make money and you're gonna live off of that money, you're gonna continue to struggle, and you're not gonna see the results that others would if you were to reinvest every penny you make, and reinvest in things that are gonna get you scaling. So you want to be able to get ungated in certain categories and subcategories and brands as well. And to do that, you need to have an LLC. You need to have a way that the distributors are going to say, okay, this is a legitimate business, and we don't mind selling to them wholesale or whatever may be, a pallet of 12 of a product or whatever, and where we can give them an invoice that Amazon requires for you to get ungated in things that aren't instant approved. So if you go and you're restricted and you try to get approved to sell an item, most of the time Amazon is going to restrict you. They're going to be like, no, you can't. But there's times that they say, okay, yeah, sure, you can sell this. That doesn't mean that they can't come back at you and ask you for invoices later. So it's best to get your stuff together, get some money together before you just jump all in and say, oh, I'm going to do it, because it's going to take you a lot longer, a lot more work, a lot more stress, a lot more stuff that you got to go through to be able to sell stuff like Star Wars, like Funko Pops, Power Rangers, Jurassic Park, Nerf. I mean, all of this stuff right here is profit, all of it. But the majority of new sellers will not be able to sell stuff like Transformers until they get ungated, and to do that you need money. But check this out, I haven't even been a year on Amazon, and I can tell you from my very first time coming to Ollie's, I made a crazy amount of profit, all because of networking and speaking to people. So I would go up to the manager right now, if I was, let's say if I was brand new, or let's say I'm new and I'm ungated in Pop, and they're selling at $4 a piece, and they have a ton of the same one. You see Kira, they got Tobias Beckett, they got Rio Durant, they got Chewbacca, they got the race, you see. And if I go up to the manager and I say, hey, what would you do for me if I can buy every single one of them? I guarantee you that the manager will tell you, I'll give you a better discount. And if you're really good, you can get these at $2 a piece versus $4 a piece. And if you count it all up, $2 a piece extra, that's $2 more in your pocket at the end of the day, meaning more profits, more return on investment, more net, and you do a lot better. And look, here's Lando. Everybody knows Lando, right? That's what's his face? Childish Gambino, Donald Glover. But there you go. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show you guys right now by going to a manager, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. Let me find a manager.
Dan.
Dan, I'm Alex. How you doing?
Good.
Okay, so I noticed you guys had some pop figures over there.
Yep.
Maybe 20 or 30 of them or so. If I was interested in buying all of them, would you be able to do a discount for me? No? Because I've done that before at other Ollie's.
This is the second day we're open and we didn't get the whole shipment.
Oh, okay.
So I wouldn't discount it because it's kind
what
of
if I were to buy your whole entire shipment? Before it
$3.99
comes,
is a great price.
even $1 off, you know? Buy the whole pallet for me.
I don't have to tell. All I
2 boxes.
we'd do it if it wasn't such a popular item. But it's really a popular item.
So if it's like a less popular, it's possible that you can do a deal for me, like if I was.
Well, we'd sometimes do the deal depending on the item.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause I've done it with chia pets, I've done it
Yeah.
with books as well.
Yeah, and a lot of items, it depends on when you ask. Like if you were asking and it was December 26th,
Gotcha.
you'd have a deal.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the first time I ever asked was actually December 26th.
Yeah, and at that point, then we're trying to get rid of it. Then they want us to try to do
Yeah.
stuff like that, but they don't really like us going into the season.
Yeah, into the season's not.
Yeah. And we really didn't get the assortment that the other stores got. Like we only probably got 60 pieces total, and we probably sold almost half of them already.
Okay.
But
All right. Cool.
I appreciate you asking, but if it was
Yeah.
December 26th, we'd have a
I'll
deal.
see if I'm still in Plymouth, Massachusetts, December 26th.
Hey, if you are, cool.
All right. He wasn't able to give me the discount, but you still heard it from the manager of this place. He said it's a really popular item. We're going into the season, so it wouldn't make sense for them to, give any further discount on such a popular item. So what that means is that if there's less popular items where they might not sell them all, they're willing to do a discount early in the season. But after the season, which is actually the first time I ever went sourcing, was December 26, 2018. They'll go ahead and sell you all of it. I ended up getting 50% off of what was already 50% off. So I paid 25% off of what they originally were selling it for. So you can do it, he said it himself. So there you go. I'm here in Ollie's. I'm gonna keep looking around, but I'm not gonna stay here too much. I just wanted to show you guys first place I ever went sourcing for Amazon FBA, the things that I've learned in the year, and talk to you a little bit about ollies, because no one talks about ollies, and when they do, people seem to, say negative things, which is understandable because different locations get different things. Ollie's isn't the kind of place that is gonna have 1,000 of something, and if you want 1,000 more, you can get it from them. They got what they got, and if you can get it all, good. If you can't, you can't. It's not sustainable. So either way, it's still a great place to source, especially for a new reseller. They have tons of stuff from home goods to spices, grocery. They have books, they have toys, they have electronics, they have all kind of stuff. Just make sure to do your research before you just go and buy something expecting to flip it without any hassle, because you don't want to get into a dilemma with Amazon to where they ask you for invoices, or you get hit with an IP claim from a brand like as seen on TV, or Hot Wheels, or some crazy thing like that. So just make sure you do your research. But definitely Ollie's is a great place to source. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff. As you see, I'm surrounded by a ton of stuff, and at worst case scenario, you could buy stuff for you and your family for the holidays, for your friends, for your own personal needs. So Ollie's is a great place. I recommend it, especially with the books. I would totally recommend sticking to the books when you're new to FBA. But once you got some money, if you got money, get your stuff together, do your research, get yourself a LLC, get yourself a reseller's license, get yourself a legitimate way to show distributors that you are willing and able to buy a ton of stuff, so they'll sell it to you with an invoice. So when you want to get unrestricted in Amazon for a certain subcategory or a category or a brand, and Amazon asks you for the requirements, which usually involve invoices and pictures of certain products that you're going to sell, you can supply that. So until next time, this is Alex, Fat Man the Flipper, your friendly neighborhood fat man, here up in Ollie's in Plymouth, Massachusetts, saying peace, money, love.
Not only is he fat,
He flips. Not only does he flip,
he's fat, fat man.
yeah. Okay.
Is that too much?
I'm totally using that.